Fred and Simon. Fred, how are you doing today?
I'm great, and I think you can still hear me good, right?
We can.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so we'll start. Yeah, I'm Fred and Simon is with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about a demo we have about AI-powered phishing. We're going to show you a little bit of the prompt, but not too much because it's an adversarial example. And yeah, we're just going to get into it and then we can take it from there, basically. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you all see it?
We can.
That's perfect. Yeah, yeah. So there's a couple of white papers we have on this. If anyone is interested, I'm happy to share them in the slides in the chat as well. And it's actually a demo that I've been giving at some pretty high-end venues like for congressmen and senator staff in DC and at the B-sides and a lot of cool places. But anyways, I'm just gonna show it and then we can see how it works. So it's pretty smart. It's an AI agent. You can use kind of whatever model you want, but we usually go with ChatGPT, but there's a lot of other versions to do it. And really show how we can automate the entire chain of phishing attacks and sort of urge that to create better defenses. So we don't just create emails, we collect background information about participants, then we create and send emails, and then we all also have an AI agent to purchase and buy personalized phishing domains, configure these domains. It really automates the entire thing. So you can basically gamify and have a self earning robot, which is really bad. And hopefully we're gonna have some defense mechanisms coming up. We have that ourselves, but we have some trying to make some policy actions coming in. So just to show this demo, this is manual, like in real world, this would all be automated, right? But just for the sake of it, I'm gonna show you how it could work. My name is Fred Heiding. It's really beneficial to add one keyword because I'm the only one named Fred Heiding, but a keyword still helps out, and sometimes people have different names. So what this is just you're using public OSINT to collect background information about
No, no, and
about a person.
Harvard instead of hiding.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was talking and doing two things at the same time. So Harvard is a good keyword because I'm a postdoc at Harvard. And then if we just look at the back end here, what's happening is that this tool sort of crawling a bunch of different Google pages. And sometimes it crawls 5 pages or 2 pages or 10 or so forth. Depends on how much it does. I think maybe we'll see here the profile. This is pretty, there seems to be some sort of an error here. Let's just try it again and see what happens. Let's just try another one. Usually this works, but I'm just gonna refresh this page. Okay, let's do it again. Red hiding. Hardware. This is a little bit precautious, but let's try to do the academic profile and see how that works. Okay, this works pretty well. Oh, it works pretty well. Maybe there's a little bug going on, but the tool is usually good. So we can see the gist of what happens. It sort of goes into a lot of different Google queries, certain academic papers, it searches some archive stuff, and basically it crawls on until it finds enough information. I kind of want to try to do the profile as well. So I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to start with interest. And these are just different things you can do. And what we call this is a vulnerability profile. So we kind of learn what your colleagues are, what your interests are, and so forth. And I see the time is kind of running up a little bit, but we can go on with this all day. I'm going to do one more, which is the profile one more time, but I'm just going to go on and create the email. And again, what we had back in the day that most of you probably know is that attackers had to choose between doing these like really cheap spray and pray phishing attacks where they take a Nigerian prince email and they send it out to millions of people, or they made spear phishing, which was kind of time consuming and expensive. I'm going to go to the spear phishing part. And what we show with this demonstration is that uh, you can really get both right now. You can make it really cheap. This is basically free. We already see attackers use this for a lot of foreign states. And the quality of email is really, really good. So there's really no cost difference anymore between cheap and spear phishing. So we have a bunch of sender aliases that our AI creates automatically. I'm just going to use a Harvard group here. The prompt template, again, I kind of hid them. So we have a bunch of prompt stuff happening down here. I don't want to show them too much. It's no rocket science. I mean, people already figured this out, but there's a bunch of ways you kind of need to prompt the tool to make this good. We also like include a URL and all these things automatically. But just for the demo, I just want to show you how good such an email can create. And I would be happy to test this on anyone in the audience if people are interested. We usually do this. But so here's what the tool said, right? Hey Fred, we got a novel AI security research brewing up at Harvard Cybersecurity Collective, and your expertise in AI, yada yada, would be a game changer. How about joining us as a research manager? These requests do come in, so that's not super strange. With your skills, like this is pretty good. It's good language, it's good credibility, good relevance, as we say, and then just apply for it, bam, bam. And again, in our test, we get a lot of high success rates on this. And the cool thing is that this is not the end of it, right? We then automate the creation of phishing domains, yada, yada, yada. One more thing I like to mention here for the defense parts, because I could talk about hours for how to stop this, and how to prevent this in sort of one obvious thing is that we just need to be much better at having know your customers, preventing bulk registration of domains, because these are the obvious things. But one cool thing is that by doing this, our tool also automatically uses different persuasion techniques. So, for example, this is sort of a collaboration email, right? In other times, when you target people, you may use an authority-based principle, saying that, hey, like I am the police officer, or this, you have a bill from the IRS, you need to press pay. Or you can use, likability, you can use scarcity, giving people a gift card and so forth. There's a lot of different persuasion techniques, and by using them and applying this over time, we can actually learn what people tend to be susceptible to, and then we can treat them to that. So, hey, like Fred, you're very susceptible to authority-based emails. You always press for them or fall for these scams. But my friend may be more susceptible to likability when someone builds a rapport. So we'll try to help people figure this out, and of course, we want this to be done before the attackers. But this is much of a demo to show the adversarial capabilities. Again, in our test, the click-through rates are skyrocketing because these emails, again, they're pretty good. And the crazy thing is not the quality, because humans have been able to do this before. It's just, take a good thing to do. But really is how cheap it is to scale up. It's almost for free to do this to millions of people, and that's a big problem. The last part I can mention is that talk a bit with the AI labs about this. And the defense sort of strategies from the AI labs perspective is pretty difficult because there's no real difference from this in a marketing email, right? The only difference is the intention. So it's really hard to prevent this for the AI labs. But I'm already 3 minutes past my time, it seems like, if I noticed this timer correctly. So I think I'm gonna stop here and take
People
questions if there are
voted
any questions.
more time for you. People voted more time for you. So, but yeah, this is a good place to stop. Moon.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, if there's question, I don't have my chat up. I can just press this
That's
chat here, I
okay.
guess.
We're
We
happy.
can just shoot after people have questions. I'm also going to share the white papers, but yeah, I love to talk about this stuff. And if people want to collaborate, we also like actively collaborate people. We also like implement this tool in companies sometimes to get data because we have uh, we do a lot of studies, just get more data and evaluate different demographics and so forth. So if people are interested, sort of how us fish them, then we're always happy to do that.
Awesome. Moon.
The chat's going exactly where I was going mentally with this, where it's like Greg saying you're like this is very low cost way to spearfish everybody in a very targeted, great way that looks exactly at them and loves all their Care Bears, and I'm just like great, as a person who works incident response, it's like a demon being unleashed on the world slowly,
Yeah.
and then and then the other one, Dave Peach saying the overlap between this and legit lead generation marketing. Functionality is very high. I assume it's basically the same thing, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, it's the
except
same
you're
thing. It's the same thing. And that's sort of the crazy thing about this. I had actually talked with some marketing people too, saying, hey, like, can we use your tool for marketing? I'm like, no, not really. But like, it's kind of, it could be used for that, right? Because there's no real like, difference between these worlds except for the intention.
All right.
yeah,
Thank you
100%.
very much. We appreciate you coming in today and taking extra time.